said, I am doing a Christmas special since it's almost Christmas, and the votes were not very close. Bakugo won by far, so I found a Christmas one, and let's just get on to it. Calmly opening your eye-colored orbs shiftily around the place you were in. Darkness was the only thing that you were able to notice, though your eyes had adjusted so it was able to terminate particular objects surrounding you. You curled yourself into a ball on the wooden surface you laid on, which was slightly occupied by a reasonably medium-sized sheet, which allowed you to lay on an unswept floor to keep you separated from the unwanted dust. You heard footsteps hammering down the stairs. YN! Great, just what I needed to hear the first thing in the morning. Let it bump the space you were in, forcing you to squint at the sudden action, including your ears to allow the sound of the door screeching open. It slammed against the wall. Get up now, you idiot. You were meant to wake up 3 hours earlier. Glazing up your eyes met cold emerald orbs. She, your aunt, was the one looking down at you in pure hatred. Ever since the death of your parents, your aunt was responsible for taking care of you. You never really considered naming this place home, or rather a prison. You were basically like Cinderella of the house, completing chores, verbal insults being commented at most hours of the day, you wishing you were out of this hellhole, etc. Not mentioning that today was Christmas, which meant it even better. When snap out of your daze and get up. Her skinny fingers wrapped around your wrist as she jolted you up with immense amount of force. You nearly tripped as she did. You had been dragged across the corridor, down the stairs, pushing the living room where the huge Christmas tree stood at the corner, and into the kitchen where you were told to make breakfast. Rolling your eyes, you hurriedly scattered into the bathroom to wash up and brush your teeth. Heading back to the kitchen, you started to make breakfast. Good morning, loser. You didn't bother turning your head to see the sight of your annoying cousin Maddie. If you're named Maddie, you can always change it. Out of all the people in the house, you hated her the most. What? No reply? She said, while marching towards you, pulling your hair to see her face, so you would see her face. That smirk she wore always intimidated you. You grabbed her arm and gave her a lifeless glare, telling her to let go in a threatening tone. She scoffed, letting go of your hair, admitting defeat, storming away, mumbling colorful words. A few minutes later, your uncle and aunt headed towards the kitchen. You placed the meals on the table and headed out with your own plate. You never wanted to eat with them anyways, plus they have no long-term shows anyway. Just where do you think you're going? You stopped in your tracks. Anywhere but here, you mumbled. What was that? Her voice echoed throughout the house. Jesus, how doesn't her throat get sore? You questioned yourself in your thoughts. She stormed her way to you and grabbed your plate of food, rushing it in the air far from your reach. Hey, you yelled while you looked at your aunt with the same amount of anger. Listen, you may have your breakfast if you go Christmas shopping with us, she said, showing you a whole list of things that needed to be bought. You only stared at her with mixed emotions painted on your face. In what way is that fair? Why can't I eat and then go out? After yelling at a local operation of the state, her face gave you the answer she couldn't have cared less. Groaning in annoyance, you snatched the list and grabbed your coat. You idiot, you forgot the money. What are you going to do? Go to the store and expect everything to be free? Once this was said, she bursted out laughter. You looked at her and said, do you want your Christmas presents or not? Just give me the money. It's not like Santa would visit you anytime soon anyways. Her laughing seemed to die down as she placed the money in your palm, harshly replied, It's not like Santa exists. She smirked once again, turning as she pranced away. It's not like your manners do either, he said, immediately opening the door and slamming it before she could be able to reply. God, could this day get any better? Thanks, stomach. You were heading home with all the things in your hands. You slightly struggled as some things were heavier than others. You were perked at the sound of running in your direction, turning your head to meet deep cinnamon eyes. His forehead slammed against yours while you both fell into the floor. What you did, watch you're going, will you? You said to the blonde male that you crashed into. It was clear that anger rose in his features once you said that. Are you crazy? I yelled 1,000 times for you to move, but your sorry little ass failed to do so, he complained as he stood up, removing the dust from his that was irrelevant on his jeans. Well, someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, he said, picking up all the scattered shopping gifts you were forced to buy, including the change which had dropped out of your palm. Silent Lord stared at you with annoyance. Why would you buy this many things anyways? Asked out of curiosity. You glanced up at him and smiled slightly. Suddenly calm, are we? Well, I'm not complaining. That's just a little weird is all. No, after your 10-second tantrum, and you'd. Plus, I wish these were mine. I never celebrated Christmas. This is some stupid shopping I'm forced to do. You stopped gathering all the things for a moment and wondered, why am I saying all this? A guy I met on the streets just 3 minutes ago. You felt the weight of some shopping bags lift. He realized he had some in his hands. I'll help you out. Your cheeks became a light pink hue as your smile grew slightly while you thanked him. You both talked about various topics along the way. As you reached your house, though before you grabbed his hand, which made his face you. You asked him what his name was, and he replied, Katsuki. Your warm smile never left your face as you said your name to him. He, at this point, was now looking at your hand as his cheeks were now dominant with a lovely shade of red. You let go of his hand and blushed slightly out of embarrassment. That was the start of your friendship with Katsuki Bakugo. You bid each other your farewell as he headed in the opposite direction to where you were at. Once you shut the door, a thought enveloped your mind. Maybe Christmas isn't as bad as I thought it would be. 1 year later. Christmas time is almost here, but you and Katsuki haven't been seeing each other lately. You were in the living room staring out the window while snow fell slightly. The window was smeared with icy cold fog. Nighttime approached as you returned to the spot where you sat earlier. After sighing for the last time, you looked at the scene once again. Nothing had changed. Trees stood scrambled in the snow. Cars, street lights, and Katsuki running up to the window. Wait, what? You yelled, immediately covering your mouth afterwards. You looked behind you, making sure no one had come to complain about the noise you had just made. A knock at the window made you jolt slightly as you looked back at the window. A pissed and Katsuki was slamming his fist on the glass. You had pulled the window up to once again stare into those amazing scarlet orbs. Though your trance was interrupted by Katsuki waving his hand. Shaking your head, you stuttered an apology. Great, I stuttered. A perfect way to greet someone. Merry Christmas, loser, Katsuki said as he placed a gift in front of you. A beautiful favorite-colored box met your eyes. You'd get out of your way to get me something? After we haven't hung out for a while? He questioned the mail while sat staring at the beautifully boxed present, an open smile on your face. The cold had started to let into your facial features and developed a warm, rosy shade. Katsuki looked the other way and scoffed with an even deeper rosy hue. Yeah, I did alright. Now get my ass and open the box, will ya? You looked back up at him with the same smile on his face. Come here for just a second, as you added a gesture to one more praise. He did so, and the next thing you had done left his cherry red face. Your arms had wrapped around him, enveloping him in a tight hug, your head buried in the neck of his coat. Thanks, Katsuki. This is the best Christmas I've had in a long time. He whispered loud enough for him to hear. Felt arms acceptingly wrap around your frame. You both had stayed like this for a while, a peaceful silence surrounding you both. Katsuki had dare break it. Let go now, it's getting weird. It was as the hue had noted lighter, though never left his cheeks. When separated, you in your arms, his shoulders, and smirked slightly as you said to Ed, "Allow me to make it even weirder for you." Katsuki wasn't prepared for what happened next. Pulling him closer, your lips touched his. His eyes widened in shock, but later on the action was returned. The kiss had lasted a few moments before he let go and his head was placed down. Chuckling lightly, you smiled once again. "Merry Christmas, Katsuki." So it's not that good. I didn't write it, but I didn't do very good reading it. But yeah, that's the Christmas special for Bakugo. And if you guys want, I will end up doing the other ones that I already put on there. I'll do those too because I got nothing really to do on Christmas break. But like I say what I say in my videos, the link will be in the description. My Discord will be in the description. And if you have any request them on my Discord page since my comments are shut off. Don't know why yet. But having that said, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas break or Merry Christmas. And talk to you next time. Goodbye, my peeps.